Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I'm going to continue from my previous discussion of what happened to my independent research on the memory. Can we access the storage capacity of our brain like the computer? So similar to computer, you can access your hard drive, you can place your folders and files inside the computer. You can do that in your brain as well. You can store information, whatever you like, you can store information inside your brain. So in my research, I've done all course from Dr. Bruno Fast in 2006 up till 2009. I was extremely busy doing my qualification, obviously, and number of things as well. So my whole focus was to pass my exams and then doing further research afterwards. So after 2009, till that time, actually from 2006 to 2009, I did all the major system from Dr. Bruno Fast of learning the art of converting the numbers into objects. I done that, and in 2009, once I passed my exams, a new initiative kicked in to see how many other people are like this in the world. Are there any other people like this where I can learn from how to access the brain, how I can access my brain to store information inside my brain? And that research led me to World Memory Championship. Okay, you can Google yourself World Memory Championship, and this is a championship that happens once a year. I think Tony Buzan is the organizer, but I was interested to know who's the World Memory Champion, right? And what does that mean? So I came across a person called it was Dominic O'Brien, yeah. So Dominic O'Brien, he was a world memory champion for 6 years, 6 consecutive years. He was the world memory champion. And what is a memory champion? So every year this event happens where you turn up on the event and they give you lots of information. They give you a deck of cards, and this is a brand new pack of cards, right? So you have to look through the deck of cards yourself and you have to memorize it just by looking at it once. And they note your speed, they note your accuracy. And whoever is doing it fast, obviously, he's passed one test, and they have many other tests like showing you poetry, ask you to memorize it, showing you stage play, ask you to memorize it, giving you different information, faces, they ask you to meet many people and recall the name of each person you met one time. So a lot of information they give you. In the digits, they give you random digits like pi numbers in hundreds and thousands, and they ask you to memorize it just by looking at it once. And whoever is doing it faster, overall, they crown him as a world memory champion. So Dominic O'Brien was surprisingly came number 1 as a world memory champion for 6 consecutive years. So I stuck to my rule that I need to go and learn from the top. So I intended to go and learn from him, but at that time again I was extremely busy because I was building courses to help other graduates, to help people finding careers. So I made about 150 courses. So I was quite busy in all the other activities. I couldn't meet Dominic O'Brien in person. He was a celebrity in his own field and it wasn't easy to meet up with him. So he was going around as well across different countries. But I came across all his books, and there was a course called, I think, Quantum Leap of Power or something like this. So I did that course back in 2009. I read all his books, and 2 new things popped up from the courses that I did with Dominic O'Brien as compared to Dr. Bruno Fast. In Dr. Bruno Fast, I learned the major method, how you can convert the numbers into objects. Like instead of remembering number 1, you can remember candle. Instead of remembering number 2, you can remember a swan, like you can see number 2 on the neck of the swan. This is where the number system came from, the major system they call it. And then in the Dominic O'Brien, I learned 2 new methods. One is called memory palace method, Loci, L-O-C-I, Loci, or memory palace. And it's also known as a journey method. And I prefer the last one, journey method. So this is the one method I learned from him. Memory palace, Loci, journey method is the one method. And the second method is very similar to Dr. Bruno Fast that I learned from Dominic O'Brien, was called the person method. And in that, he was converting the numbers into persons. And the idea was, again, to either you can use object method, you can use person method, you can use journey method, you can use all these methods, but the objective was same. So you can help you store information in your brain. So yeah, coming back to the World Memory Championship, for example, the deck of cards, right? If I give you a brand new deck of cards and I say to you, look at the cards once and memorize the cards that you're seeing there. You need to memorize the sequence of that. How long will it take you to do this? You're probably gonna take 2 hours. Some might take one day. Some might not be able to do it. So what we are saying, and if you are doing it, then congratulations, you are genius yourself. But the objective is to make everyone genius, right? How we can transfer this into you, regardless of whatever your capabilities are. That's the real skill, isn't it? So that's what my objective was, to learn it and then to pass it down to others as well. Yeah, so what I noticed that the journey method was incredibly powerful. One of the examples that Bruno first gave about how powerful the journey, coming back to deck of cards first, let's stick to that example. There are many examples popping up in my mind, but stick to this one first. So deck of cards, the world record for that is 19 seconds. 19 seconds. Are you amazed? I'm not joking. So you see the card once and you're going to store the information in your brain just by looking at it once. And just by looking at the card once, you remember the sequence. Number 1 is this, number 2 is this, number 3, 4, 5. You can jump around as well. You can say number 10 is this, number 20 is this, number 25 is this, number 27 is this, number 11 is this, number 52 is this. The people who are memorizing it, they know exact sequence inside out just by reading it once. That's how powerful the method is. And it only took a person 19 seconds to memorize it. Now if a person is memorizing in 1 minute, people laugh at them. That's out of question now. We are talking about seconds. So 19 seconds, you're going through it so fast and you're memorizing the whole deck of cards, the whole sequence with the number. Isn't that incredible? Would you be interested to learn this with me? So inshallah, my objective is to share my knowledge with you and pass it down to you, your families, people around you, so everyone can progress. That's another thing that I learned, that knowledge is not there to keep it to yourself. Everyone should have equal opportunity. That's what I believe in. So inshallah, in the next videos, I will share a bit more on this and then we'll continue with our route, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.